Hello, football fans, and welcome to Antwerp, Ohio, home of the Archers, and to Archers Field, where we are getting ready for week number 9 of the high school football regular season, the next to last week of football action in the regular season. And the Aces find themselves on the road tonight, just down Route 49 to Paulding County to be guests of the Antwerp Archers. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Chris Warner is with us using the camera and running the camera, rather, and we're glad to have you join us for this week number 9 football game. This is for the Aces, really this game next week, both must win if they have got their eye towards postseason play. And again, if they want to have a shot at maybe being able to get a piece of the GMC championship. Of course, looking at the Green Meadows Conference, Edgerton is still on top and in the driver's seat. They are 8-0 overall, and the Bulldogs are 5-0 in the GMC. Right behind them, though, Hicksville and Wayne Trace. Both the Raiders and the Aces are 4-1 in the conference and 5-3 overall. So should somebody beat Edgerton either this week or next week, that could mean that a team finishing 6-1, either Hicksville or Wayne Trace, could get a share of the GMC title. And of course, the other thing is you start looking ahead to the postseason. The Aces are in Region 22, and when the computer points came out after last week's game, they were still just out of the running for week number 11. In Region 22, Hicksville is ranked 9th. Of course, the top 8 go on to play. The Fairview Apaches actually are not looking too bad to see postseason play, as Fairview is ranked 5th in the region. That a lot of it is because of that early in the season big win that they had upsetting the Wauseon Indians, and that's been getting them a lot of points throughout the season. And also Wayne Trace is ranked 11th in Region 22. The Edgerton Bulldogs, we mentioned them, they're in Region 26 where they're ranked 2nd, so they're going to probably be hosting a playoff game. Last week, Antwerp fell to the aforementioned Edgerton Bulldogs. They lost big, 48-0. It's senior night for the Archers tonight, so they're going to want to put on a good show and bring home a win for their graduating class. They're kicking off to the Aces to get things started, and that's going to go out of bounds. They'll throw the flag, and we'll see whether they'll take the yards or they'll do the re-kick. So Hicksville will be on offense first. Hey, we want to say a big thank you to everybody here at Antwerp High School, as always, giving us space. We're up in the press box. The camera might seem a little different tonight, and that's because the way things are situated here now, we are just not, there's no room for a tripod to mount the camera on, so Chris is running the camera in the handheld mode. So I apologize if it gets a little shaky every now and then, but unfortunately, the way they have things situated up here now, there is just no room for us. We can have a camera on the tripod, but there's no room for anybody to operate the camera, or it's handheld, so that's what we're going with. Jake Miller with the handoff, and Aces will take the ball across the 40-yard line on first down, as now we've sort of got all of our pregame talking done, I think, so we'll focus in on some football action. Light rain falling here at Antwerp. I'll try to keep the camera lens as clear as possible. Miller, quick handoff, and it's quarterback keeper. The fake handoff. Jake Miller with a nice hole. Miller across the 40 and across the 30-yard line, and finally corralled and dragged down at about the 25-yard line. First down carry for Jake on the quarterback keeper, as the Aces will move the chains, and they're in business here early on. Brickle is the back, offset behind Miller. Two wide receivers on the far side. He's going to hand off to Zach Brickle. Brickle's going to power down near the 20-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 5. The rain in the forecast saying we could see off and on showers during the course of this game till about 9 o'clock or so, but good news is no heavy rain or thunder or lightning is in the forecast at this time. Out of the shotgun, Miller. Jake hangs onto the ball, and he gets down inside the 15. That should be enough for another Aces first down. And the other thing that's kind of different we're going to have to adapt to here is we are on the visitors' side. They have a visitors' press box here at Antwerp, and that is where we are located. So things that we can usually look at on the far side of the field, like the down markers and the yardage indicators, whatever, are on our side of the field, so we have to kind of adjust on that a little bit. And, of course, we won't be covering the halftime show because from where we are at, Brickle with the carry. Brickle heading towards the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Aces. It only takes them a minute 45 seconds to get into the end zone. 10:45 left in our first quarter, and Hicksville strikes first into the end zone. Zach Brickle carries it in from 14 yards out for the touchdown, and Hicksville goes up on the scoreboard 6-0. Aces lining up to go for 2. Miller, quarterback keeper, dives across, and it's good. Nice fake handoff, and Miller hung on to the ball, tucked it in, and went straight in. Dives across the line. The 2-point conversion is good, and Aces are up 8-0. As I was mentioning before the score, we aren't going to have coverage of the halftime show because, again, from where we are located on the visitors' side, the bands will be facing in the other direction, and our microphones just do not pick up the band when they're facing in the other direction. So we won't be bringing you the halftime show featuring the Archers and the Aces Pride, but that's okay. We'll have both halves of football, and we'll get ready to kick the ball off and get our first look at the Antwerp Archers offense this evening. Their quarterback is Keaton Altimus. He wears number 10, or at least that's who we were told will be starting tonight. He's a 6'1" senior quarterback. Archers head coach Drew Altimus, and of course Lucas Smith, head coach for the Aces. Travian Tunis puts his foot into it. Kick is going to roll out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. They'll throw the flag, and they'll get things resituated here, and the Archers will get set to come out on offense. So with the kick going out of bounds, they're going to put the ball at 35. And that's where Antwerp will set up shop. Altimus working out of the shotgun. Tim Taylor, the back behind him. Ultimus hands off to Taylor. Taylor will get about a yard, maybe two. Taylor, the junior running back, is 5'6", 155. And a flag on the play. It looks like that's going to be a hold. That will be the hold. Well, I got the umps mic'd here tonight. Ashton Barnhouse, the 6'1" senior, getting the flag for the Antwerp Archers. That'll back them up 10 and put the ball at the 24-yard line, where it is 1st and 21 now. Ultimus again. Taylor behind him. He's going to throw this time. Puts the ball in the air. Off the hands, intended receiver number 11, Boston Dunderman. Dunderman has a bounce off his hands. Incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 21. Clock stops on the incomplete pass with 10 minutes and 1 second left here in our opening quarter. Two wide receivers out on either side of the line. Ultimus dropping back to throw again. He's in trouble. He's going to have to get rid of it. And that one again off the hands of the intended receiver. It was kind of a desperation throw. And well after the play is blown dead, a flag is thrown. So we'll see what that's about. One of the Aces defensive players ran into the receiver after he missed the ball. So we'll see what the determination is here. As like I said, the play was blown dead, and after that, then the whistle, long after that, that's when the flag was thrown. All right, so the official word is offsetting fouls. There's a hold against the Archers and a personal foul against the Aces, so they will offset and just replay the down. So we'll go back to 2nd and 21 at the Antwerp 24-yard line. Ultimus coming in from the sideline. Taylor, again, the lone back behind Ultimus. Ultimus dropping back, looking to throw, and he's going to get swarmed under and taken down. Dropped for a loss back at about the 17-yard line, it looks like, or the 18. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to say just about to the 18-yard line. So a 6-yard loss should make it 3rd and 27. So the Archers so far have been going in reverse. Again, looks like they're going to send 4 downfield. Ultimus dropping back, looking to throw. He unlaunches, and it is caught and brought down. It's going to be short of the first down. The receiver number 2, Cole Sessler, and Sessler takes him out to the 39-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down and about 6. And it looks like they're getting ready to punt it. Number 7 dropping back, Jacob Savina. He's their punter. And Thiel will go back deep for the Aces. So Savina waits on the long snap. Ball snap. Gets his foot into it. Nice looking punt. It's going to come right down to Thiel. Thiel makes the catch. Thiel with a good move evades the first couple of defenders. Cuts back upfield. Little razzle-dazzle. He's going to reverse the field. Thiel out across midfield to the 40. Bit of a stiff arm there, and they finally get him down at about the 29-yard line. What a great return, but 2 flags on the play. Thrown at about the Antwerp 39-yard line. So we'll see what happens with those. It was a great run back from Thiel. He made the catch, put on a nice move, and got around the 2 first pursuers from Antwerp. Headed out towards the far sideline from our perspective, cut back upfield. We'll see what the referee has to say. And that's going to be a hold on one of the aces that occurred at the Antwerp 39-yard line. So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that should back it up to about the Archers 49 or 48-yard line. I think he started at the 38. So the football will go on the Antwerp 48-yard line after the holding call, and that's where the Aces will have it 1st and 10. Up 8-0 and back on offense after Antwerp's first drive results in a punt. Jake Miller, Brickle split back beside him, takes the snap. Jake unloads it, and he overthrows Thiel by about 5 yards, so no way that that one's going to get caught. That'll make it 2nd and 10. And another flag thrown. That's okay, it's way over on the far side from us. So we'll wait for the official word. As so far, we've seen a lot of the yellow laundry on the field here tonight. And that's going to be an illegal receiver downfield, evidently, for the Aces. That'll back them up 5 to the Hicksville 47-yard line. So somebody went a little too far down the field too soon, I guess. Miller with the screen pass, caught by Comiso. Comiso gets by a few defenders. Comiso looks like the ball came loose at the end of the run, but I think he was down before he lost the ball. And they will put Mason down at about the 40-yard line of the Archers to make it a 2nd and 2. So nice catch and run from Mason Comiso. Gets back the lost yardage from the penalty and puts him in a very manageable 2nd down position. 2nd and 2, already back in Archer's territory. Brickle with the carry, and I believe Zach gets him to the 35, 34-yard line. At the 34, and that'll be good enough for an Aces 1st down. 7:04. An official timeout as one of the Archers players has gotten hurt and is being helped off the field by a couple of his teammates, which looks to be, I think, number 55, Brett Folk, who's a senior linebacker. So defensive lineman with a lot of experience coming out of the play. It looked like he had a gimpy left knee or ankle. Wasn't putting a lot of weight on his left leg as they helped him off. So the Aces will get themselves reset. 3 wide receivers out on the near side towards us, 1 on the far side. Jake Miller launches it. He's got a man open, and he just overthrows Langham. bring up 2nd and 10. Dialing in the range a little bit better. The first long pass downfield to Parker Thiel was about 5 yards past him. This time he was only about a yard or so away from Langham being able to latch onto that one and pull it in. Jake Miller gets the snap. Hands it to Comiso. Comiso gets tripped up just about immediately. Falls forward maybe for about a yard. We'll call it 3rd and 9. Brickle on the sideline right now. So Comiso in as the split back with quarterback Jake Miller. Man in motion. Spin around and a handoff. A nice one, too, to Mason Comiso. Comiso still on his feet. It's going to take a half a dozen guys to bring Mason down. He gets down to the 10-yard line where they stack him up and put him on the turf. A nice move by Jake Miller. Thiel was a man in motion. He faked the handoff to Parker Thiel, spun around and put the ball right in Comiso's breadbasket, and Comiso had a nice hole right in the center of the line. He was able to shoot straight through and pick up the long yardage. Comiso with the carry once again, looking to get around the corner. Gets down to about the 9-yard line. Pickup of about 1. It'll be 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal from the 9 for the Aces. 5:40 left here in our opening quarter at Archers Field. Miller hands it off to Comiso. Comiso powering straight ahead down to about the 5. Bring up 3rd down. Looks like they're going to spot the ball just outside the 5-yard line. Zach Brickle coming back into the game now. Clock continues to roll. Aces get their offense set and see if they can punch it into the end zone once again here on 3rd down. And timeout on the field. The Antwerp Archers want to talk about it, so they'll burn their first timeout of the half. And the Aces will huddle up. Again, 5:02 left to go in our opening quarter. And Hicksville with the lead, 8-0. And with a 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line when we get back into action. Glad to have you here with us again. It's kind of a cool and rainy night, but really, all things considered, you get a little bit of perspective by late in the season. It's cool, but we have had colder nights, so we've been up in press boxes, and it is raining a little bit, but we've had nights where it's been raining a lot worse, too. So all in all, not too bad. It's the kind of weather you're going to expect this time of the year in the football season. And again, week number 9, this is the last road game for the Aces, in the regular season at least. They'll be returning home for week number 10, hosting the Wayne Trace Raiders, and what should be a pretty good rock'em sock'em football game to wrap up the regular season campaign. Looking forward to that next Friday, Friday before Halloween. Always a fun night to be at the football stadium. All right, teams break huddle, and we'll get ready to get back into action. Parker Thiel in at quarterback. Snap to Thiel. Thiel rolling out, passing the ball, and almost intercepted. Just inside the goal line, but dropped. So Thiel's pass almost picked off, but the Archer unable to hang on to it, so it hits the turf and brings up 4th and goal from the 5. Jake Miller will come back in. And it looks like the Aces are indeed going to go for it on 4th down. Brickle, the split back, offset behind. Man in motion, and that's just a busted play. Comiso was making his way across and when the ball was snapped and Miller got it, he ran into Comiso and just threw everything off. And the Archers were able to get to him, and they bring him down at about the 10-yard line. So the Archers will take over on downs with 4:51 left in our opening quarter. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line. So they've got a long way to go to try to get back into this football game and even things up on the scoreboard. Ultimus working out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Taylor, and Taylor moves forward, and he'll get brought down at about the 13-yard line. They might give him the 14. We'll see where they mark the ball. 13-yard line. 2nd and 7 now for Antwerp. Keaton Ultimus outside, nothing doing. Sessler made the grab, but he gets walked out of bounds pretty much right away for little or no gain. Well, they actually are going to give him out to the 16-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 4. So pickup of about 3. And we're going to have a flag. And encroachment. So that'll give them a 1st down. So one of the aces lining up in the neutral zone, evidently. So that'll move the chains as they'll advance the ball to the 21-yard line and give the Archers a fresh set of downs. Ultimus rolling out, being pursued, gets the ball away, got a man open, caught, and the ball loose, and the Aces jump on it, and they're going to say indeed a catch and a fumble and an Aces recovery. Nice throw, nice catch. He got hit. I think it was number 7 that made the grab, Jacob Savina. So Savina makes the catch and then gets hit. Ball pops loose, and the Aces jump on it. So Hicksville back on offense. 4:09 to go in the first quarter with a pretty good field position. The ball at the Archers' 41-yard line. Miller, and false start, so that'll back the Aces up 5 more. Again, that's what happens when you're really good with the hard count. Sometimes you're too good and it's your own guys that jump. So that'll move the ball back to the 46-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 15 for the Aces. Pitch back, and that's a loose ball too, and it's going to be lost, and the Archers are going to recover. They'll unsort the pile. And that time they gave the ball to Brickle, and Brickle couldn't hold on to it. He loses it, and the Archers fall on it on their own 49-yard line. So trading fumbles and recoveries puts Antwerp back on offense. And here comes Ultimus. 4:03 to go. So this light rain is making it just slick enough to have a bit of an effect here tonight. Ultimus will work out of the shotgun. Rolls back. Puts the ball in the air, caught, and that'll be a reception down at the Aces' 42-yard line. Luke Brewer, number 28, makes the grab for Antwerp. That'll make it 2nd and 1 for the Archers. And they stopped the clock, so okay, there we go. So 2nd and 1 for Antwerp. At the Aces 42-yard line, Ultimus hands it off to Taylor. Taylor powers forward. That should be enough to move the chains. He gets to the Aces 39-yard line. So that'll be a first down for the Archers. Looking to get back into this football game. They trail 8-0. We got 3.5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. We'll take a little time between quarters to say a big thank you to our football broadcast underwriters, making it possible for us to be on the road here in Antwerp, bringing you coverage of tonight's football action. Ultimus dropping back. Ultimus throwing in a bunch of traffic. Caught. Brought down. Short gain. Reception by number 11, Boston Dunderman. Dunderman will get him about 3 yards, it looks like. Let's see where they mark it officially. Oh, they're going to give him a 5-yard pickup, okay. And move the ball down to the 34-yard line of the Aces. Four wide receivers out again for Ultimus as he works out of the shotgun. Quick handoff, that's to Taylor. Taylor, a nice hole right up the middle he goes. And Taylor pounds down near the 20-yard line. Looks like he'll be brought down at the 21, and that'll be another Archers first down. Nice play. Again, that's what happens when you succeed with the passing game. You'll open up things for the running game and vice versa. And that time, hand off quickly to Taylor, and he had a lot of empty space in front of him, and he made the most of it. Ultimus drops back, quick hit. Again, caught by number 11, evades a couple and dives forward to the 15. So Dunderman, he'll pick up about 6. And move the ball inside the red zone to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. And an official timeout. Evidently, there's some visible blood on the jersey of Parker Thiel. So by rule, he'll have to come out for at least a little bit and get that cleaned up. An explanation being given to Coach Smith on the sideline. And they'll have a quick look at Thiel. So we'll see. We're right next to the coaches for the Aces, and then we heard them talking about having some blood on Parker Thiel. So that's what we'll pass along. Ultimus fumbles the ball and drops to his knee as he recovers it, so that'll be a loss back to about the 21-yard line. Ultimus kicking himself for that one. But that's the sort of thing that's going to happen on these, again, kind of drizzly nights. The rain has slacked off, but still kind of cold, damp, and a little bit slick out there. Closing in on a minute to go here in our opening quarter. Aces up 8-0, but the Antwerp Archers with the ball. They're facing a 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 from the Aces 21-yard line. Their quarterback, Ultimus, gets the snap, drops back. He's in the middle of a whole bunch of Aces, and they're going to take him down. He might have made it back to the 21-yard line. That'll be about it. So Keaton Ultimus now faced with a 4th and 11. And we'll see, actually, they lost a yard. So that's going to be about 4th and 12 from the 22-yard line. And I think they're going to just let the time expire, and that way they can, well, we'll see if they get another play off here. We're down to 11 seconds. And at this point, unless they're going to get hit with a 5-yard delay they would just let the clock expire, and they do. They can talk about it during the quarter break. So we've played the first 12 minutes of football here tonight, and after one quarter, it's the Haces leading the Antwerp Archers 8-0. We'll take a little time here between quarters to say a big thank you to our HIX-TV football broadcast underwriters, making it possible for us to bring you Aces coverage. That's, of course, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. You're in the market for a vehicle, whether you want one that's brand new or pre-owned, to be a car, truck, van, or SUV. Stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, or you can check the entire dealer inventory online at www.jimschmidtauto.com. We also want to say a big thank you to Community Memorial Hospital of Hicksville, proudly serving the Hicksville area's healthcare needs for 65 years and counting. I want to thank them so very much for their continued support throughout not only the football season, but like Jim Schmidt, they're with us for the entirety of the school year in our Aces Sports broadcasts. And on nights like tonight, where we are able to go on the road and follow the teams to the away games, that's when their underwriting support matters even more. So, again, a huge thank you to both our football broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet, Jim Schmidt Ford, and JimSchmidtAuto.com, and Community Memorial Hospital of Hicksville, serving the healthcare needs of the Hicksville area proudly for 65 years. That's a long time. 12 minutes back on the clock, and the Archers with a 4th and 11 from the 22-yard line, a long 11, really call it a 4th and 12. Keaton Ultimus working out of the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers out on the near side, 1 on the far side, dropping back, puts the ball in the air. It is caught and down to about the 16, 17-yard line. It was Sessler that made the grab, but he's well short of the line of gain. They needed to get down to the 11-yard line to move the change, so they'll turn it over on downs, and the Aces will go back on offense deep on their end of the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Hicksville at the 17-yard line. Holding up okay there, Chris?
It's getting a little heavy, man. No, I'm actually not choking.
Like I said, the setup they have here now, there's literally no room for a camera tripod if you have an operator. So we're a handheld camera tonight. Carry and not much there, maybe a yard or 2. But if worse comes to worse, Chris can sort of set the camera down on the windowsill and spin it around that way. Or we'll make it through. And since we aren't going to be able to cover the halftime, we'll have a good 20 minutes or so. He can rest up that shoulder over halftime. Jake Miller gets the snap. Miller, a quarterback keeper, hangs on to it himself, powers forward, gets across the 20-yard line to about the 22. That'll bring up a 3rd down and probably about 4, I would think. 3rd and 5 is what they're saying officially. Comiso in motion. And again, a quarterback keeper from Miller, and he's not going to make it. Jake might have got out to about the 24-yard line, and that'll bring out the punting unit. Also on the tackle, number 14, Taylor. So Braden Langham will put his foot to the football. It will go back. Sessler thinks about it, but then Doesn't. It'll bounce straight up in the air and come straight down, and ball grabbed by Kyler Baird, and that's where Antwerp will take over on offense. It'll be 1st and 10 Archers at their own 35-yard line.
I think this might be the best camera position
So Antwerp still down by 8, has the football back, and they'll head back on offense here. Keaton Altimus gets the offense set. Altimus takes a snap, hands it off to Taylor. Taylor, a huge hole. Taylor just leaps over one defender, still on his feet. Taylor is off to the races. This could be trouble. Let's see if they got an angle on him. They finally corral him and bring him down. The ball pops loose, but after he is down, Langham was the one that finally got him, but not before Taylor had scooted all the way down to like about the 7-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark it. A huge run. What a hole opened up in the Aces defensive line. And again, running back Tim Taylor was just gone. Langham finally got him out at the 7-yard line where it's 1st and goal, Archers. Altimus, we'll see how he works with the short field. Ball caught, hit immediately. That'll be down to the 4-yard line. So that'll bring them 2nd and goal as they move the ball down to the 4-yard line. Looking to tie this game up. Two on either side of the line. Altimus working the shotgun. Taylor, the back behind him. Altimus puts the ball in the air and incomplete. Sessler is intended receiver, and it goes right through his hands. So that'll make it 3rd and goal from the 4. Keaton Altimus going to take one more crack at it right now. Getting the word from the sideline. Quick handoff, and into the end zone goes Taylor. Touchdown, Antwerp. Altimus dropped back like he was going to throw last minute. Hands it off to Taylor. Taylor scampers in from 4 yards out. And the Antwerp Archers get the goose egg off the scoreboard as they close the gap. Now 8-6 Hicksville. And we'll see what they want to do with the conversion here. And it looks like they're going to set up to kick. Make it a 1-point game. Savina is going to make the attempt. Jacob Savina. Snap down, ball up. And it's good. Savina splits the upright. So that makes it a 1-point game. Aces still on top, but their lead has been diminished substantially. It's Hicksville leading the Archers now 8-7 here at Archers Field with 8 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in our opening half of tonight's football game. Hey, want to say congratulations to the Lady Aces volleyball team. Winners in their sectional semifinal against Delta on Wednesday night. And wish them the best of luck. They'll be on the road to Ram Country. They're going to Tenora for their sectional final. They'll play Swanton on Saturday, which would be the 20th. We're hoping to have a crew over there for the game. Aces will get ready to get the ball back. Comiso will be their deep man, along with Thiel. He's got his situation taken care of. And also back deep is number 7, Landon Turnbull. And Savina will be kicking off for the Archers. Savina. Kind of a knuckleball that goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, which should bring it out to the 35 for the Aces. So the Aces will get the ball back on their own 35-yard line, 65 yards away from pay dirt, and getting themselves a little breathing room on the scoreboard. A 1-point game right now. And actually looks like they're going to re-kick. So the Aces take the re-kick option. So that'll move the ball back for Savina to the 35-yard line, I believe. So we'll see if the Aces can make good on the re-kick here. Still 8:48 to go in the first half. As Savina, as so many kickers do, paces things off very precisely. And here we go. See if they can keep it in the center of the field this time. And this time it'll be an onside kick. And it will roll down and get scooped up by Turnbull. And Turnbull will dive forward to about the 37-yard line. So had the Aces accepted the penalty, they could have taken the option and had it on the 35-yard line. This way they get a couple extra yards. So it'll be first and 10 Hicksville from the 37-yard line. Again, 8:38 to go here in our second quarter. Quick handoff. And ball is loose, picked up, and headed for the end zone on a pick six. I think that was Blake Schutte, number 13, who picks off the ball, and it is a pick six, and just like that, Antwerp takes the lead. Haven't seen that happen to the Aces for a while. I mean, they've had their fair share of turnovers, but that's the first interception returned for a touchdown, I think, that I've seen this season. So that makes it 13-8. And again, Savina will come in to attempt the extra point to make it a 5-point lead for the Archers. As Jake Miller will get the INT on his stat sheet. Kick is good. And just like that, pick six, interception, and the Archers take the lead 14-8 here. Week number 9. So the Aces will have to regroup here and get ready to get the ball back. So conversations on the field with the coaching staff will clear things off. And the Aces will take the field, get ready for the kick. Again, the deep men will be Parker Thiel, Mason Comiso, and Landon Turnbull. And we'll see. So far, we've seen the Archers put their foot into it and kick the ball deep and sail it out of bounds a couple of times, and we've seen the onside style kick as well. So we'll see what they come up with for Savina right now, or what Savina comes up with for us, I guess I should say. Onside kick, the ball has to go across the 50-yard line to become a live ball. Here comes Savina. And he's going to put his leg into it this time. Going to roll down, get scooped up. Turnbull. Gets across the 30, and he'll be brought down at about the 32, 33 yard line. So good job, Landon Turnbull. Makes the grab, hangs on to the football, gets it out across the 30-yard line. So the Aces back on offense. So far, they have lost the ball a couple of times. The Archers have lost a fumble as well. But the interception in return for a touchdown hurt a lot worse than the other lost fumble. Jake Miller working the shotgun. Miller dropping back. Puts the ball in the air for Parker Thiel. Again, just a little overthrown, incomplete. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Thiel makes his way back to the line of scrimmage. Aces will get reset. Clock stops, 8:17 to go on the incompletion. Miller with the snap. Miller rolling out, pitches back to Brickle. Brickle looking for some daylight. Brickle finds a bit of a seam, and he'll carry the ball out to about the 36, 37-yard line. They'll mark it at the 37. And a flag on the play. He's going to back it up. A hold on the Aces will drop it back 10 more. So from the spot of the foul, 10 yards, takes it back to the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 16, 17 yards. Miller puts Thiel in motion, hands it off. Parker Thiel cuts up field. Thiel getting out to the 35-yard line. Gets back the lost yardage and a little bit more. I'll make it 3rd and about 8. Miller with the snap, dropping back to throw, looking downfield, quick hitter over the middle, caught by Brickle. Brickle, 1st down yardage as he gets to the 44-yard line. That'll be enough to move the chains. 7:20. It's been kind of a long first half here. Again, Miller gets it out to Comiso. Comiso, some running room. Mason Comiso down inside the 35-yard line. That'll be another Aces 1st down. Comiso goes out of bounds, I think, or well, at least they'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains. 7:01 on the clock right now. And Miller gets set again. This time, Miller, quarterback keeper, and he'll dive forward near the 20, down to about the 21. Oh, excuse me, the 31. Looking at the wrong yard marker. Officially at the 32, they say. That's where his knee hit, so 2nd and 6. Again, a handoff to Zach Brickle, and Brickle going to lose the ball again, and it's going to be scooped up by the Archers again, and they'll bring him down at about the Aces 47-yard line. And it is a fumble, and it is an Antwerp recovery, And a flag thrown on the sideline at the end of the play, and that's never good either. Bunch of the aces standing around there, and probably somebody said something they shouldn't have, oughtn't have said. So as it stands right now, it's going to be Archer's ball, 1st and 10 from the Aces 47-yard line. And we'll see what happens with this flag.
There was a fumble on the play and a recovery. Yeah, it's a fire. Good ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 28. That fails the force 15 yards. First down blue.
All right, so it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but on the upside, not against the Aces. The unsportsmanlike after the play blown dead called on the Archers. So that will pretty much negate the great run after the fumble recovery. Still, the Archers will retain possession, but the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will move the ball all the way back to their 37-yard line. 6:24 to go here in the half. And Antwerp up by 5, 14-8, back on offense after, again, the Aces turn the ball over. The fumble bug has bitten Hicksville here tonight in this first half. So they've turned the ball over now, I think, 4 times. And the interception, at least 2 other fumbles that were maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. Keaton Ultimus back in at quarterback. Taylor, the back behind him. Ultimus dropping back to throw, puts the ball in the air. Ball up in the air. Bunch of Aces diving for it. And when you have 4 guys trying to grab the ball before it hits the ground, obviously they bump into each other and nobody's able to pull in the pigskin. So incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Archers. Ultimus, again looking over, handoff, Taylor powering forward, and I think they're going to mark him at the 45-yard line. He'll be about 3 yards shy of first down yardage. That'll make it 3rd and about 3. And Ultimus with the hard count gets him to jump. So that'll give him 5 yards and an automatic and a first down as they'll move the ball right out to midfield. So Keaton Ultimus doing a good job with the hard count. Gets the Aces to jump. It gets 5 the easy way and an easy first down for the Antwerp Archers. 5:40 and the clock rolling. Man in motion. Snap to Ultimus. Pitch forward on the shovel pass and a pickup of maybe half a yard as they get maybe the length of a football past the 50-yard line. So we're going to say no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Half-yard pickup on the carry. Five minutes exactly in the half when the ball is snapped. Dropping back, Ultimus puts the ball in the air and incomplete. Intended receiver number 20, Stephen Walker. Walker, or is that 28? That's 28, I apologize. That's Luke Brewer. And Brewer not able to hang on to the football. So the Archers will set again, 3rd and 9, right at midfield. Again, Ultimus dropping back to throw, being pursued now. Ultimus running for his life and manages to get away from one. But then the second and third wave hits him, and he'll be brought down on the Aces side of the field at about the 47-yard line, which will bring up a 4th and about 7 for the Archers. And they're going to go for it. Even if he gets him to jump on another hard snap, that won't be enough for a first down. Snap. Ultimus dropping back. Puts the ball in the air. Caught. That'll be good for the first down. A catch down to the 35-yard line. Will move the chains. So Ultimus has him going here. Fresh set of downs. Ultimus with the snap. Hands it off to Taylor. Taylor not much there. He'll maybe get a yard. So 2nd and 9 for the Aces, or I should say for the Archers. Clock still running, closing in on 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Ultimus, 3 wide receivers out on the far side, 1 on the near side towards us. Ultimus rolling out, puts the ball in the air, deflected. I don't know if he caught it off the deflection or not. It looked like it hit the turf, and they're saying, yep, incomplete pass. So, well, we reset. We're going to take a quick break here.
Pause.
Well, no, we're not going to have time now.
I was waiting for you to say switch tapes.
So they'll come back out. It's 3rd and 9. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 2:49 left to go in the half. Taylor in motion. It's quarterback keeper for Ultimus. Ultimus straight up field. A flag is thrown. Ultimus brought down at about the 25-yard line, which would be real close to first down yardage. We'll wait and see what's up with the flag, and we'll pause here to switch tapes and bring you the rest of the second quarter. A holding call backs them up by 10 yards. And we're going to have another encroachment on the hard snap. So that'll give them back 5. So on that last play, they had the hold that lost them 10. And then they get the Aces defense to jump, and they get 5 back. So it's been a net 5-yard loss. Still 3rd down, but now 3rd and 14 with the ball at the Aces 39-yard line. Clock continuing to roll. Down to about 2.5 minutes to go here in this half. Keaton Ultimus dropping back to throw. Keaton keeps the ball, and just off he goes. And another strong run for the Archers as he gets back down to the Aces 25-yard line. Which we'll see if he made first down yardage on that carry or not. And he did. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the half. And Keaton Ultimus scampers for 14 yards to get the Aces, or get the Archers, a first down at the Aces 25-yard line. Snap. Ultimus hangs on to it again. Ultimus, another nice move. Flag on the play. Ultimus gets down to about the 16, 17 yard line. And a flag on the field, that's thrown back at about the 25 yard line, about the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a hold against the offense, so they'll back him up. So Keaton Ultimus's nice run is negated, and they'll back him up 10 once again. 2:04 left before halftime. Moves the ball all the way back to the 35 yard line, where it will be 1st and 20 for the Antwerp Archers. Leading the Aces by 6, 14-8. Keaton Ultimus hands it off to Taylor. Taylor grabbed right away, and he's going to get swarmed under. He might have made it to the 35 yard line. So the handoff to Taylor gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 20. As the clock will continue to roll. So here come the Archers as we get down to the closing seconds of half number 1. A minute to go. Under a minute now. Low snap, the ball is loose. Ultimus scoops it up, throws the ball, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. He never had possession. Pops out of the hands of Sessler and hits the turf. That'll bring up 3rd and 20. With 50.5 seconds, clock stopped with the incomplete pass. Archers break huddle. I imagine this will be 4-down territory for them. They'll just keep the ball as long as they can. And they do it again. The Aces jump for is that the 3rd or the 4th time tonight that they've been called for encroachment. They'll pick up 5 easy yards, and it'll be 3rd and 15. Aces are just a little discombobulated here. Be interested to see what the coach has to say to them in the halftime locker room. Ultimus dropping back. Unloads. That one's going to be intercepted. Picked off. And returned out to about the 15-yard line. I think that was Gimple that made the interception. Indeed, that is who it was. Number 6, Jonah Gimple, picks it off and gets the Aces the ball back. They've got 3 timeouts and 41 seconds left in the half. Ball at the 15-yard line, so they got 85 yards to go. Well, it's 40.9 seconds, so I just said 41 seconds. Didn't want to confuse my cameraman. Jake Miller hangs onto the ball himself. Miller still on his feet, running, trying to get to the sideline and out of bounds. Advances the ball out to about the 23, 24-yard line. Kind of hard to see where he wound up on the other side of the field there. 32.9 seconds, clock stops, so Jake was able to get out of bounds, and they'll put the ball at the 24-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 1. Miller takes the snap, drops back looking to throw, puts the ball in the air. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver. A little too much on it. It was over Comiso's head, and he had no chance of dragging that one down. That'll stop the clock with 27.8 seconds, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for Hicksville. And again, the Aces still have 3 timeouts they could use if they need to. But they're really going to have to get a lot of yardage on this play here. They're going to see if they can just pick up the first down. They give the ball to Brickle. Brickle powers down to about the 33-yard line, and that'll be timeout Hicksville. Zach Brickle gets the carry. He gets them the yardage they need. They move the chains, get a fresh set of downs, and the Aces will take their first timeout of the half. Comes with 21.8 seconds left before halftime. And again, the Aces with 68 yards now to go. They're down by 6. They'll break huddle. 2 timeouts remaining for the Aces. And looks like they might be thinking about sending the house on this one. Got a cluster of 4 wide receivers on the far side and 1 on the near side towards us. And we're going to have a timeout called, and that'll be on Antwerp. So the Archers waited until they saw the formation set up by the Aces, and then they called a timeout to talk about the defense. So no time goes off the clock, and we'll have back-to-back timeouts here with 21.8 seconds left to go before halftime. Again, we are on the visitors' side of the field, so the halftime show will be performed facing in the other direction. So we will not be bringing you any of the halftime entertainment on this broadcast.
Possibly, if I take a rechargeable battery. Oh, I can't go on.
So we will just have a short break, and we'll be back with the second half. Ball is loose on the turf. Miller picks it up, and Miller still battling forward, and he'll get out to the 35-yard line. And they'll call a timeout immediately when the play ends. That burned a lot of time, 11.2 seconds left. Would have almost been better if Miller had just fallen on the ball and been down and called the timeout right away. But be that as it may, the ball sits now at the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 when we come out of the timeout with 11.2 seconds left. In what has been a pretty lengthy first half of football here at Antwerp. A lot of penalties, and both teams throwing the ball, incomplete passes on this wet, slippery night. So, yeah, we've been at it for well over an hour. So here come the Archers. And we'll see what the Aces come up with here. Comiso in motion. Miller drops back. He's going to launch it. He's going to overthrow everybody. Nobody had even a whisper of a chance of being able to grab that ball. And a flag thrown back at the 29-yard line of the Aces. So we'll see another penalty. Again, it's been a penalty-filled first half. And that's going to be a hold on the offense. They're going to back them up 10. So this is the point where, well, we'll see. They'll either launch it on the Hail Mary just to see what happens, or perhaps just have Jake Miller take a knee and head into the locker room down by 6. We'll see what the Aces coaching staff comes up with. Again, 4.7 seconds. One timeout left for the Aces and for the Archers. So Miller lines him up. He puts Thiel into motion. Pitches back to Parker Thiel. Thiel cuts upfield. Thiel wrapped up, and he's only going to make it back to about the 35-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first half. We've reached halftime here at Antwerp, Ohio at Archers Field, and at the intermission, it's the homestanding Antwerp Archers on senior night 2018 with the lead 14-8 over the Hicksville Aces. We're going to take a break, but we invite you to stay tuned. Chris and I will be back, and we'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV.